Have you ever heard of a tailor who never lets anyone see the clothes he sews until they are completely finished? Sounds strange, right? Well, let me tell you about Jona, a tailor in a bustling town of Gwagwalada. Jona was famous all over the town for his incredible speed and precision. He could sew up to 15 outfits in a single day. Whether it was a simple dress or a complicated agbada, Jona would have it done in just a few hours. People loved Jona's work because it was always perfect. The clothes fit just right and the stitches were so neat that you could hardly believe they were done so quickly. But there was one rule at Jona's shop that everyone had to follow if they wanted him to sew for them. No one was allowed to see the clothes until they were completely finished. Yes, you had that right. Once you chose your fabric and explained the style you wanted, Jona would take your measurements and then you had to leave. You couldn't peek at the work while it was in progress, no matter how curious you were. Some people found this rule odd, but most didn't mind because they knew Jona's work was always excellent. Dear viewers, what would you do if your tailor told you that you couldn't see your clothes until they were done? Would you stay or walk away? Keep listening to Jona's story and you will find out why he had such a strange rule. One sunny afternoon, a young woman named Amina visited Jona's shop for the first time. She needed a dress for her sister's wedding and had heard wonderful things about Jona's shop. When she arrived at the shop, Jona welcomed her with a warm smile and asked her to pick a fabric. Amina chose a beautiful purple lace and told Jona she wanted a long gown with intricate designs. Jona nodded, took her measurements and reminded her of the rule. Remember, Amina, you cannot see the dress until it's finished. Amina hesitated. But how will I know if you are getting the design right? She asked. Jona smiled again and said, Don't worry, I never make mistakes. Just trust me. Although Amina found the rule strange, she agreed. She left the shop and returned 2 days later, eager to see her dress. When Jona finally revealed the gown, it was even more beautiful than she could imagine. The designs were flawless and the dress fit her perfectly. Amina was so impressed that she didn't even care about the strange rule anymore. But not everyone was as patient as Amina. One day, a man named Emeka came to Jona's shop. He needed a suit for an important event and had heard about Jona's reputation. But when Jona told him about the rule, Emeka was not pleased. How can I trust you if I can't see what you are doing? Emeka frowned. Jona simply replied, You don't need to worry. Your suit will be ready in no time and it will be perfect. But Emeka didn't like the idea of leaving without checking on the progress. He decided to sneak back into the shop later that evening, hoping to catch a glimpse of his suit. That night, as Emeka peered through the window, he saw something that made his heart race. Jona wasn't alone in the shop. There was a faint, ghostly figure standing beside him, helping him sew. The figure moved so quickly, threading needles, cutting fabrics, and stitching clothes with a speed that no human could match. Emeka gasped and quickly ran away. not wanting to be caught. There, viewers, have you ever seen something so scary that you couldn't believe your eyes? Well, Emeka couldn't believe what he saw, and he wasn't sure if he should tell anyone. He decided to keep quiet and return the next day as if nothing had happened. When he came back the following day, Jona handed him the suit with a smile. "Here it is, Emeka, just as you requested." Emeka took the suit, but he couldn't shake the image of the ghostly figure from his mind. He wondered if he should say something or just take the suit and leave. Little did he know, this was only the beginning of his strange encounter with Jona's mysterious helper. Emeka left Jona's shop with mix of aware and unease. He tried to focus on the suit, which was indeed perfectly made, but the ghostly figure haunted his thoughts. That night, he couldn't sleep, thinking about what he had seen. He decided to go back to Jona's shop the next morning to find out more about the mysterious figure. When he arrived, Jona was already busy sewing another outfit. Emeka took a deep breath and asked, "Jona, can you tell me who was helping you in the shop last night?" Jona looked up, his face serious. "I see you have some questions. Let me explain." He led Emeka to a small room at the back of the shop where an old dusty mirror was covered with the clothes. Jona carefully removed the clothes, revealing an old mirror with ornate carvings. "This mirror," Jona began, "it's not just an ordinary mirror. It was given to me by my grandmother, who was a famous tailor in her time. She had a special gift, a guardian spirit who helped her with her work. When she passed away, she left me this mirror, along with the rule that no one should see the clothes before they are finished." Emeka was curious, but why the rule about not seeing the clothes? Jona sighed. "The spirit helps me to work faster and more skillfully. But if anyone were to see their clothes before they are done, the spirit will become restless and my work would be ruined. The rule is to ensure that the spirit's presence remains undisturbed." Emeka was relieved to hear the explanation. He realized that the rule wasn't just an eccentricity, but was meant to preserve the special working relationship between Jona and his spirit guardian. He thanked Jona for explaining and appreciated the suit even more now that he understood the story behind it. As Emeka left the shop, he reflected on the experience. He had learned an important lesson. Sometimes, what seemed strange or unreasonable might have a deeper meaning that we don't immediately understand. It's important to keep an open mind and seek to understand before jumping to conclusion. It is essential to respect and seek to understand the rules and customs of others, even if they seem unusual at first. Often, there are deeper reasons behind them and may not be immediately obvious. By being open-minded and curious, we can uncover valuable lessons and insights that enrich our own understanding and respect for others. Thank you so much for listening to the story of Jona, the tailor with a mysterious rule. If you enjoyed the tale and want to hear more, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Your support means a lot to me, and I'm excited to share more stories with you soon. See you in the next video.